say you go there often, that means you peed out in Paris Mountain State Park often, right? Like an animal? Like you definitely just went into the trail and just been like, whatever, nature.
Are you recording right now?
I mean, if I am, that's not incriminating, right?
Yeah, whipping your peen out in public.
Hey, look, we don't have to get that graphic, okay? I was just saying you urinate when nature calls. So if you often go there, there must be a lot of urine of yours at Paris Mountain State Park.
Actually, what I'll say is that they have excellent bathroom facilities, so I use those. However, there's a lot of Wally pee there.
Aw.
A lot of Wally pee there.
Oh, a lot of memories for him then.
Yeah.
Dog.
Dude, we got one of those, we've got one of those park passes.
Yeah.
I mean, park passes.
$55. Limited access to only some parks, but most state parks accessible. Get it.
Oh, I got the $100 one because when I got mine.
Oh, has inflation really just greater than the $100 now, or did I just misquote the price?
No, there are two of them, but the cheap one said you had to get the expensive one to get into Paris Mountain. Is basically what
Okay, $8.90 and changed for unlimited park pass.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
for a whole year, if it's like $6 a head if otherwise. So you get one of those things and
and that's for the whole car, right? You can have like a group
the
of
whole
four,
car.
and
Yeah. And you can swap it out and pass it around however you want to. So,
what? Are you taking advantage of the system?
No, they literally say that on your website. It's you can just
They are encouraging for you to take advantage of the system.
They are encouraging people to get out and get active.
Unlike Netflix,
Paris
it's
Mountain State Park.
we're gonna limit the passwords and how many people you can share with this account.
Yeah, late stage capitalism.
State Park's we know you're gonna do it.
Please come to our park. Please.
Just bring somebody.
Just bring a friend. We won't charge you. Just
put a chain between your two cars of friends and just come on in together.
Just come visit. Come visit. You haven't come home since you left for college. I'm so lonely.
James needs you to come. He's just sitting in the guard shack. He needs to wave at people.
Look at him. Hi. He's so sad.
James, smile.
I'm doing great. Oh, he's dying of loneliness. I have so many friends.
James, you haven't replaced your Ranger Park cap in 50 years.
And I haven't replaced my teeth either.
Oh, we should really contribute the money for that.
Yeah, guys, get that park pass so James can get new teeth.
New teeth, James.
New teeth, James. You don't want to meet old teeth, James.
I'm not going to edit that out either.
Good.
But this is 1-star reviews where we read the bad reviews of good places. And today, Dustin Bays is back.
Pew pew, DB.
No one calls you DB.
I'm currently referring to myself as DB.
Look, for the few hundreds and maybe 1,000 listeners that listen to this every month, if you approach Dustin Bays in Greenville, South Carolina, do not call him DB.
DB on the mic.
He won't even know that you call him DB. Because no one calls him DB.
Everybody's calling me
You can scream DB in the middle of the park, and he'd be like, "Huh."
Hey, my world is currently a stay-at-home lifestyle, and everyone in my day-to-day refers to me as DB.
You know what lifestyle this person has for a 1-star? I was stuck on Paris Mountain for a whole day and night because the trails are not kept up. The tree was not painted right. No one came looking. When we finally walked down and hurt and exhausted and cut up and dirty, the ranger only asked, "How was you locked in here?" "How was you locked in here?"
Oh, James fell asleep again.
"I didn't fall asleep. I just closed my eyes for a little bit and just imagined Andy Griffith in my head.
I was just taking a quick 10-hour nap."
Well, you know that episode where Opie lied to Aunt B and then they had to cover it up? Oh, that's a good one. That's a classic.
James, you can't leave people all locked up on the mountain.
You know the one time that I saw Barney locked up Otis in the cell by accident with him and he had the keys with him? Oh, you talk about locked up. That's a good one there.
This person, Can we unpack this a little bit?
Go
This
on.
review?
Go on.
How do you, this person, they didn't prepare, right? This is a little bit on them, right? This is a little bit on them.
A little bit.
Now we should be making sure people are safe and all that, but you have eyeballs.
To be fair towards this person who got lost and possibly camped out overnight and came back again, quote, dingy and dirty and all this stuff. It's not like when you go to Barnes and Noble before they close.
Right.
And it's like the 15-minute warning. Attention, Barnes & Noble shoppers. We will be closing in 15 minutes. Please bring your items to the front. It's not like Paris Mountain has a PA system going, if you are in the woods,
get the fuck out
now, because James don't know shit.
James already asleep.
Ah, shit, James.
Shit. If you find his teeth, bring those back too.
And they're going to be dingy and cut up too.
They're all just like mosses growing on them. They are wooden.
Yeah, so what is your advice then for somebody who may not be a semi-pro like you in the woods?
I'm not even barely an amateur, but there are rules and like some general rules of thumb that you can go by to make sure that you are staying safe. A is always make sure that you have enough water on you, right? B, make sure someone knows where you're going and has a contact. 3, switching over to numbers now. Don't go hiking alone. You should always have a buddy with you when you're going out hiking. And D, don't squeeze in the state park at the last minute when the sun's going down. Make sure you have plenty of time in the day to do your hike. That's a little PSA here at 1-star reviews.
Speaking of PSA, this is a good one. The park ranger is an exceptional person, kind and courtesy. He made us feel welcome at the park. The park host, on the other hand, was very rude. The park is old, but beautiful, and is limited to the size of your RV and is in need of upgrades throughout. No large RVs.
Yeah, they're talking about like the camping place. They pulling in like kind of the Krampus Go to Maui style. It's like, hey, you got room for all this stuff.
James, you asleep again?
Huh? Yeah, meh.
Well, they at least said he was nice.
Yeah. Dude, I got one right here. So-called inlet of a beach was gross. Filthy bathroom, filthy. Just all around awful. The area I went to. I see all these beautiful pictures people post, but I have yet to see it with my own eyes. What I saw was not worth $6. It should be free. Honesty is free and beautifully cared for. Paris Mountain is not cared for. It was brought to you by that person.
How do you keep up a park?
Money.
Yeah, but like, let's say you get the funds out there. Does someone goes out there and like sweep the trail?
I mean, branches fall and this, that, and the other thing. But yeah.
Okay.
They get out there. They can reinforce the trail, put some steps in some areas. Stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a park ranger. I make videos. I just go outside sometimes.
But you never made a video of people cleaning up the park?
Not yet.
Just saying. $1 million idea so people can know what all entail goes into it.
Oh, I got one. And it could also be a thing. Not a single trash can in sight. It was impossible to get a stroller down to the swimming area. Oh, sorry, to the swimming R, which was smaller than a Burger King parking lot. They say it's a lake, but it's more like a swamp full of mud. Don't waste your time like I did and go somewhere else because this park is a joke. I actually know exactly why there's not a single trash can in sight.
Why is that?
There's a very specific reason.
And that is?
Bears.
Bears!
Bears!
So basically you'd be setting a bunch of honeypots.
Yeah. and raccoons and this, that, and the other thing. And this South Carolina parks probably don't have a ton of money except for what we give them, so that's one less person that has to change things. That swimming area, by the way, I just want to say, like, that swimming area is not a swamp full of mud. It's pretty nice. It's your stock South Carolina pond.
Not this person. The water is nasty. The trails are not kept up. I do not recommend. When they say water, do you mean like the actual like river water or like the trail water? Or are they talking about like the fountains near the bathroom?
No, there's so when you first go into Paris Mountain State Park, the first like area is a big lake reservoir. Like Paris Mountain State Park, at least the top part of it used to be part of the Greenville water system. It was a reservoir for Greenville. So in the bottom, there's 2 lakes in the park, and the bottom one has a trail around it. And there's a swimming area over by like the office area that you can swim in the state park when it's open. Yeah. And then they also have like little boats that you can like rent and paddle around the pond. You can go fishing there. And there's like, it is a small swimming area, but it's,
but is it nasty?
I don't think it's nasty. I mean, you have a bunch of kids running in and out and like playing in the water. It's going to get churned up.
You don't want to drink the water that the kids be running in?
that has fish pee in there. Are you kidding me? Do you know the fish pee in there?
Bear pee, people pee,
turtles,
your pee,
tons of turtles. I love the state park turtles.
What's the nutritional value in turtle pee water?
I mean,
the sodium level is going to be pretty
chlorine,
good.
sodium.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably some cholera.
Cholera?
What
is cholera?
I'm pretty sure it's a deadly virus. Like there used to.
Hey, we already got through one deadly virus. Don't you bring that up here.
Hey, man, we didn't just get through one. Yo, we got through 3. Beep, 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 DB.
No one calls you DB. Too expensive for the accommodations, or rather the lack. Indifferent staff with sparse parking, closed and out of order bathrooms. Congested most of the time, even on the strenuous trails, which spoils any sense of outdoor solitude. No maps, but online download available. The upside is you're only 1 hour from excellent trails.
That last one was nasty. That last line. It was like a spit in the face for Paris Mountain. It's like, your trails are garbage.
If you can get through this, you'll be fine.
If you can stomach this, you can get to Asheville and actually have a trail. I disagree with everything they said, just by the way.
Damn.
Everything. They were wrong. You listen here, WM Rich. You're wrong. That's all I got. I'm just kind of being very conflicting to this guy's review here.
This is another one that, so I have a thing doing these reviews. I hate when someone's review of the place we're reading is basically bringing in another place to praise them and then bash the place we're reading.
Yeah. It's that. It's the old classic. Like, I'm not gonna lift myself up. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and force everybody else down.
Like this one. Chira State Park has a beautiful golf course, a beautiful lake with waterfalls, swimming, bathhouse with recreational activities such as rental canoes, playground for the kids, free admission for all adults, citizens. Paris Mountain State Park in Greenville sets a rate of $5 per person. Yes, you pay state taxes, but they want more. Chira citizens protected that charging for state parks was discriminatory, so the park listened and opened the public free. Seems like Greenville citizens should voice the same concerns.
I have no problem paying to go to the state park.
But it ain't Chira.
Is
Chira?
Is Chira County? That's down in the low country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta pay to play. It's a very big part. It has all. So I'm seeing a lot of reviews where people are saying it's really gross and it like doesn't have things, and it has like there are playgrounds. There's big fields where you can have like games and stuff, and then you have swimming holes, and there's tons of trails.
Do you think people just aren't finding what they're supposed to?
Maybe. And they do have maps. Like at all the trailheads, they have the map like posted where you could like take a picture, and then they also have maps in their office.
But you can download them.
And then you can also apparently, yes, you can also download them. And they got one of them RV parks in there. Have you heard of one of them RV parks?
I heard it's not big enough.
Man, that robin is violently thrashing against your window.
He's like, I'm gonna get there.
Dude, he's gonna have more concussions than an NFL football player.
God bless. You got one there?
Yeah, I got one. I didn't know if you were going to it. The park is basically worthless right now due to poor management. Closes at 5 p.m., so it's basically inaccessible to anyone during the work week who has a steady job. Don't try to get in the park on the weekend unless you show up right when it opens. You can't get in because they're limiting capacity due to COVID? Did you hear about that?
COVID?
Yeah, have you heard about COVID? Did you hear about COVID?
I've heard something about called coronavirus. I don't know what COVID is.
So it's like the same thing. It's like the exact same thing. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
What?
Yeah. So this guy was frustrated because the entire nation was short-staffed during a pandemic.
I like this one
Crazy.
here. Went on 1 of 9 tail, and it ended up being 9 of 9 trail. Very tall. Songs and map were very poor. Okay. Do you know what that's supposed to mean?
Not a clue.
Okay. I was making sure I wasn't going crazy because I'm not like a super big hiking person. So
I got one. Rangers sucked. ESP head ranger Jason. He wouldn't even shake hands and was disrespectful. They make accusations when didn't even talk to us, and the campground host rarely cleaned bathrooms, and they were dirty the whole time, and ladies' room was always out of toilet paper, so bring your own. And staph infection was going around from the showers. The lifeguards at the swimming area were awesome though. But make sure you shower when done swimming. You get a brown film on you and your swimming gear. Sounds like this person was probably being an asshole.
yeah.
And had dirty hands. Right? That's what I'm getting.
I mean, my guess is if you are an asshole, you probably do have dirty hands because you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
I'm just saying, Brown, just, you get the joke, folks. Look, okay, so as we close out this episode, you are a huge advocate and lover of Paris Mountain State Park.
Yeah, it's a great place. I remember going there as a kid with my grandparents when I used to visit South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I frequent there every week because it is a state park in the middle of like a small metropolitan area. So it's a great place to go walk the dog and just like kind of be in nature for a moment and, cleanse your aura, like recenter your chi or whatever you're into. It's a nice place.
And do you shake hands with the nice park ranger?
Only right after I spit on it.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it.
The only way to do this podcast is to like, subscribe, and listen to all the things our voices are coming through anyway. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Google Play, all the things. Just hit that button. Give us some likes and reviews, and we're going to buzz out some more episodes for you as well. In the meantime, do not drink the trail water. That's the advice we can give you there. Any other advice?
Yeah. DB out.
No, that's not a thing. Don't.
DB out.
No.